Oh yeah? Well then name a single country where socialism worked. We've already said this. China. Socialism worked in China. They lifted over 800 million people from poverty with socialism. They had the largest and fastest quality of life improvement in human history. All of China's prosperity is the result of China's free market capitalism. And besides, China's an authoritarian regime who controls their whole political and economic system with an iron fist.
I think China is the living representation that the dichotomy of socialism and capitalism is outdated and Western-centric. Because the truth is, China is neither socialist or capitalist. It stands somewhere in between, like a Marxist dialectic. On one hand, socialist-style public ownership of land is the greatest source of China's industrial competitiveness. All lands in China are owned by the state. Chinese residents and companies can buy land use rights for living or redevelopment, but they never truly own the land. The state therefore has enormous power over how land is distributed and used. And that gave China tremendous competitive edge by allowing the government to requisition land at very advantageous prices. It allowed China to build world-class infrastructure, attract foreign direct investment, and organize industrial zones at a massive speed. But on the other hand, China is capitalist in social Darwinian form. Rural peasants are guaranteed plots of farmland, but they cannot sell the land unless there is a collective agreement in villages, which means that they lost the ability to liquidate capital and settle in cities freely, creating a vast reserve of labor pool in rural China and giving tremendous bargaining power to the companies. And therefore, the most striking element of the China model is how is it possible for such radically different institutions to coexist. In the United States, when slavery coexists with laissez-faire capitalism, it resulted in civil war. The only explanation for China's exceptionalism is the historical memories of an ancient civilization humiliated in the modern era. China chose socialism as a means of national rejuvenation after all ideologies have failed. And socialism is a means, not an end, as the national ethos is an overriding desire to revive the civilization to its former glory.